The joys of having batteries. So, there's all kinds of households. There's probably not a household, wherever viewing this silly video doesn't have to deal with the alkaline batteries. The ones that, you put them in a device and a couple of weeks later they're dead, or they leak, or they blow up, or, then you got to deal with the A's, the AAA's, the AA's, the C's, the D's, the 9 volts, the, whatever. And, of course, everybody grew up with, power hungry devices that needed batteries after batteries after batteries. You probably says, you know what, I'll probably save some money on rechargeable batteries. And then you go through the rechargeable battery crap. Dealing with the nickel cadmium and the nickel metal hydrides and the lithium polymers and this and that, yada, yada, yada. Then you got into, for me, I got all wound up into the capacity wars, where there used to be a time where, these double A's, they were getting like stupid capacity ratings that really didn't amount to anything. I think one time I was a big Power X type guy. I loved the Power X batteries and stuff like that. They got into the AA and AAA capacity wars. And I think the biggest they got was like, I don't know, 2,900 milliamp hours. And of course, they would issue out new battery capacities every couple of months. They pretty much you started out at 2,000 milliamp hours, and then you go from there. Of course, I got into all that crap, and you would buy their chargers with the little meter on it, and you'd be like, you do their little procedure of charge discharges, 3 times, and that wakes the battery up, and then you can then you'll get the capacity. Well, it always came up a little short, usually within 500 milliamp hours, but it was close enough. But because you're only going to put so much energy in a little canister, the size of a AA battery. It's the same thing with the 18650 wars. You get these 18650s, and you probably have seen them stupid eBay and Amazon saying that 18650 9,900 milliamp hours. No. Yeah, the reality is the biggest 18650 milliamp hours you can get is pretty much 3,600 milliamp hours. That's it. There's nothing more, because it's not possible to pack any more energy in said space. It just can't be done with the current technology that we got today. So that crap that says 9,900 milliamp hours, it's bullshit. It's more likely 500 milliamp hours, because they're a cheap battery. And then you get the people who test these things and they weigh them, and they're like, oh, well, it's got to be a certain amount of grams, and the grams equals so many milliamp hours, and that's a fair test. And so if you get them cheap 500 milliamp hour batteries, and they weigh like an ounce, 5 grams, you're getting getting shafted. So anyway, going back to the regular alkalines and rechargeable NiCads and nickel metal hydrides, you get sick of that crap too, because they're only good for so many cycles, and it's usually, I think commonly they're about 1,000 cycles or something like that before the cap. I think the capacity is about 50%. Usually you'll notice that you don't get as much life out of them after a certain amount of time. Charges, because it's a rechargeable battery. When it comes out of the factory, it's already got one foot in the door in the grave, so it's just a matter of time before you finish it off. So they're only rated for so many cycles, and of course they tell you not to overheat them, and don't over discharge them, and don't overcharge them, and stuff like that. That's just the part of the game. And the biggest thing is that when you discharge them, that's what kills them. I mean, if you're one of them people that, you charge it up, you drain it right down, you're like, I just need a little more, and you turn it back on, you just keep draining it, and you keep draining it, it does damage them. Whether you believe it or not, or you're into that cult of saying, well, I charge them, I discharge them, I don't care, I get a lot of life out of them. Well, whatever. So for me, I noticed that if you want to keep a battery, around long enough, don't kill it every single time. You can do your own tests if you want to. Buy 2 sets of batteries, run one right into the ground, and then run one about 50%, maybe 80%. And I guarantee you that the batteries that you take down to about 80% will last a lot longer than the ones that you drive into the ground. That's just the way I've done it, and I've had a lot of success with batteries, especially batteries in smartphones, and your tablets, and your laptops. I've had batteries in laptops that are still at 80% or better after 10 years. That is impossible to, for some people, they think it's bullshit, because, and yet, they kill their batteries and their Kindles in a month because they beat the crap out of them. So anyway, going back to, batteries. Now there's a new type of battery out. They're little rechargeable lithium batteries that are USB. You charge them up by USB. So I thought that was kind of cool. So, I didn't want to spend a small fortune, so I bought the cheapest ones on Amazon that you can find. And some of these are not even available on Amazon anymore for whatever reason. So these are 9 volts, and these are the TWHARF. I don't know how the hell you would pronounce that, but that's what it is. And I got a bunch of them from the same manufacturer, I think. I don't remember. So these are little rechargeable lithium-ion batteries. So they come in, your AAAs, your AA's, your C's, your D's, and your 9 volts. So I have my common battery are 9 volts, AA's, and AAA's. And I've had fairly good success with these things. Even though some of the Amazon ratings saying, yeah, they don't last long and they suck, and, that's just the way it is. This is something that's relatively new, and they're still working on it. And you're only going to get, these are, they say, 1,000 times. If you get 500, you're lucky. So that's my opinion on that. And they come in different kind of capacities and stuff like this, and they come with a little charging cable, so you can charge 2 at a time. And then they come with, what's nice about these compared to the nickel metal hydride or NiCad type batteries, these are true 9 volts. These rechargeable 9 volts, unlike the rechargeable 9 volts of the past, where it was like 8 volts or something like that. And there was a lot of electronics and a lot of stuff that didn't like that low voltage, and it would always trigger your low voltage alarm and stuff like that. So these are true 9 volt batteries. So, and it's supposed to act like a 9 volt battery. So as the voltage in here depletes, the voltage starts coming down, and it'll trigger your low voltage the way it was intended and engineered to work. So these are fairly light batteries because it is a lithium pack, and they all come with some kind of charge cable on the back, or on the side, or on the top. Some of them flip over. There's all kinds of stuff out there. So you get when you get them, you charge them up, and you might get as long, or most commonly a little shorter than a regular alkaline battery. You charge them up, and a few hours later you're ready to go. So you buy more than you need. So if you got you know, two items that take 9-volt batteries, you buy 4 batteries. You always have 2 on charge, so you can just swap them out. So it's easy as that. So I use 9 volts. There's a couple of things that I use 9-volt batteries in, you know, like voltmeters and stuff like that. So I like them. And of course, they come in the AA format and AAA. So we'll take a look at the a brand new box of AAA. I've never opened these. They've been hanging around here for a long time. And generally, your AA's and your AAA's will come in a nice little case like this. So brand new batteries. They're virgins. They've never been charged, so you know they're still in storage or they're dead or whatever. And these are the same name as the other one, the TW HRF Dwarf, or whatever you want to call it. And these little guys, and these are you know, your standard 1.5 volt batteries, you know, AAA, and this little charge port is right there on the side. So you charge your and you can use any USB mini cable and charge them up, and it glows red when it's charging, and then it turns green when it's charged. And one thing nifty with these little batteries is that you can keep the dust out of the port by just simply twisting the top, and then you shut the port. So if I can get my fat fingers out of the way, see, open, closed, open, closed. So that's pretty nifty. So does it say on the package on how many milliamps there are? Usually not. They usually tell them on the Amazon site if they're still available. They might be maybe 500, 250 milliamp hours. You know, you get about the same lifespan out of these little guys when they're new, and they're compared to a brand new alkaline battery. And of course, I got a couple of boxes of these things hanging around here. So, and then of course, with every set of batteries that you buy, you get the little charge cable. And sometimes they come in, like the 9-volt batteries, you get a 2-pack. You get a 2-pack, and then the four bangers, you get a charge cable with 4, all in one. So you can charge all 4 at the same time. So that's pretty nifty to have. And then of course that comes in the AA format. And of course the C's and D's. But I don't use, there's nothing around here that takes C's or D's, so I don't need to have them hanging around. And the same thing with these little guys. These are AA's, and they got the little port on top, and then you twist the top to hide the port to keep the dust out. So open, closed, opened, closed. And then you can use any USB if you choose to charge them up. So it's red when charging and green when it's charged. And they don't take long for them to charge, maybe an hour or 2. And I use them in my electric toothbrush, and I got a set and a thermometer and stuff like that. And they act just like an alkaline battery. When it's starting to die, it starts slowing down. And then when you notice that it's starting to slow down, that's a good indicator that you should recharge them up, you know, and not drive them to the death. So that's it for this video of Battery Talk 101, I guess. So we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.